Jessica. I think we do.
Well, like they said, you've got their addresses and everything else. They've got for the safety.
Well, I know, but everyone's saying on subs in danger, yet I haven't got her address. She lives even further away. Or people attack Amanda, even though I know Amanda's address and she lives a lot closer. Does that not, come across a bit like hypocritical? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
Just making a coffee, be right back.
Go on.
Oh.
Morning, Crafty Cow.
Think
Morning,
people going daftly, constantly making threats of social services. All I said about social services was, if you're going to continue and lie and say I've slept with you 9 times, Amanda's going to end up phoning social services because you sat on the panel absolutely off your fucking tits with your 9-year-old daughter talking about your husband dying and she kept having to correct you. That's what I said, Joker. That's what I said. Ask her to put the messages up again. Again. Whoever clipped it, it's even on the bottom. Hold on 2 seconds. Even on the bottom of whoever clipped it, it says Amanda will end up phoning social services. And that is because she told me. Sorry, that's because she told everyone I'd slept with her 9 times. Now, come on,
Put stuff about Alicia out.
You don't sound depressed. What's depressed going to do with Ralph's? Liz, you don't know what went on with me, Alicia, on Monday.
Well, like I say,
you don't know, and it's not for this app. I'm not.
I would believe.
Listen,
over anybody.
Fair enough. Well, Alicia knows why I went at that. Alicia knows. I promise Alicia I'll not mention her no more, so I'm not. Alicia got the blame for something of someone, and I believed them, and it wasn't Alicia.
I think the problem that you're going to face there, Northern King, right, is that everyone wants to know because that's all everyone spoke about for like the past month.
Right, hang on. If everyone wants to know why I fell in with Alicia, right? Everyone wants to know, I'll tell you, right? Because Amanda sat in a group and she sent messages to people. She sent them to Reedy and GC. And then she lied to me. She told me it was Alicia that did it, not her. She told me she wasn't in a group, it was Alicia. That's why I went at Alicia. There's your fucking truth. If that's what you want. That's what you want. Amanda lied.
Alicia, we know that. We already know that. That Amanda.
With everyone, that's why you went at Alicia. That's it.
And you're saying Amanda's a good person after doing that what one sister and thrown under the fucking bus and not protecting her. Nah, definitely not. I'm going to jump off the panel before I say something fucking I shouldn't. Cheers for letting us up, Axel.
Go on, Liz.
Well, I like to go to the gym. I'm just going to jump off. I'm going to go to the gym. I'll catch you in a bit.
Go on, take care, lad. Honestly. So that was enough to go for Alicia. I don't know. Like I say, I think because it's on, everyone's on about it. Everybody wants to know. It's not going to be as easy as a case of I'm not speaking about it because it's just not going to go away. That's unfortunately TNK. That's just how it is, mate. It ain't going away, mate. And that's that top and bottom of it. It's not going anywhere, and it's. Like I said last night, I personally believe that, it's at a point now. I believe that all parties concerned, i.e. Amanda, Alicia, Northern King, Unsub, and the others, I personally believe they should all just block each other and just completely just fucking ignore each other because it's not. Yeah, and you're right, Frosty. Like I've said to you, it's not going to go away. I've said to other people, it's not going to go away. It's not going to go away. You know, but continuing to go on every day about it's not gonna fucking help the situation either. You know what I mean? So in natural fact, best thing to do all around is probably just block each other and never even speak to each other again. You know, because in natural fact, all it's doing is causing bare issues in every aspect of it. Every person that's fucking, you know, that's how can I put it? Victim. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah. 100% people have a right to ask questions. 100% do it. So, look, we're on a public platform. We're in a public corner, right? We're in us panel hosts are in a public eye, kind of. So people are going to have questions. People are going to want answers, and if they don't get the answers to the questions, people will just make them answers up for themselves in their own mind, and that's how it happens. That's how the world works. That's how everything works. You know what I mean? It's just, it's always been the same. I mean, I think I wanted to get that. What I wanted to speak about was, like, you know, the I did want to speak about them. How can I word it without fucking sounding harsh on everyone, really? I wanted to speak about how, like, you know, these people have been, like, forced off things and stuff, you know, and that's what I wanted to. I've got questions myself, but then if I ask the questions, I'm gonna look like a dickhead, and I don't want to. You know what I mean? But then if I don't ask them, people are gonna sit there and say that I'm fucking that I'm backing that, and I don't, and I am once, and I don't condone that type of shit. And you'll all remember when all this Amanda and TNK stuff came out with the voice notes to begin with. I said to them both on the panel that night, you either put it all out, every last bit of it, or you leave it alone and leave it in the past. That's the options. You either put everything out or you leave it in the past and get over it and move on. Otherwise, it's just going to be a fucking roundabout of regurgitated fucking shite that's just going to continue to go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. It's not me condoning anything. That's me just saying, let's, you know, fucking hell. I think at this point, 98% of us have all made our mind up on the whole situation. I think we've all made our mind up and we all know what's what, right? And I think we all sit probably on the same page with it all, you know? And should we probably wrap up and move up? Probably. %, Joker. Look, and as I've said to you, you can't back that. I said it to him. I've told him himself. You can't back Joker. You know for a fact, because I've said. Listen, I've shown you that I don't do that. I don't back that. You've seen that yourself firsthand. Why do you keep having him on your panel if you know what he is, Axel? Well, why does everybody have Lammy on their panel, and they know what he is? Why does everybody have other people on their panel, Big Bazzies and all that lot, and Tunes and all the other people? And I told him the same thing, Joker. Told him the exact same thing. Axel, none of them are certified beasts. What, so you're telling me, right, that people like fucking Big Baz and that lot who claim to have sex tapes of people's wives, claim to be able to identify people's wives by their tattoos and shit like that, that's not deviant behaviour? People who get their penises out on live panels, on cameras, not deviant behaviour? Is that what you're trying to say, bruv? Is that what you're saying there, Bible? That people do that and not deviants? Because as far as I'm aware, the last time I was aware, people who got their penises out on live YouTube panels in our community was known as deviants. And Big Baz did get his cock out on a live panel. That clip's all out there. Lammy sat there doxing children, sending children's locations in Google Maps to suspected fucking nonces, i.e. fighting Irish. This is fucking coughed. Fuck off, man. But has he, though? Is there actually any proof that he has actually done that? Show me 100% definite proof, right, where he's tugging his member on a screen, right, yeah, and I'll fucking condemn the cunt right now. But you can't. Because you're going off a voice note of him saying, I'm not wanking. But then, you know, like I said, it's disgusting. The whole thing's disgusting. Wrong on every level. I've said it to all of you. I've said it to fucking him. I ain't protecting no fucking beast, Bible. You're a female, aren't you, Bible? Are you a female, Bible? You are, right, yeah. Me and you was in a private conversation, me and you, Bible, right? And I spun round to you and said that I wanted your dog to do things to you. Would you continue that conversation, or would you shut it down? You'd shut it down, wouldn't you? That's all I'm going to say. All the other shit, disgusting. Disgusting. I'm not victim blaming, and I'm not shaming either. What I'm saying is, people having conversations like that, in a full depth conversation, back and forward conversation like that, are they both not wrong? Because in my opinion, they are. If both are willing to do that and both willing to go along with that type of conversation, then they're both wrong, in my opinion and in my mind. As I said to you, the whole situation is disgusting. Everything about it. The women, all the women that have been fucking abused. It's disgusting. And I think you need to read the messages again, Bible, because she's the one that brung the cat up, darling. And she's the one that continued the conversation after the dog comment. Would you have continued that conversation after the dog comment saying, yeah? No, you wouldn't, would you, Bible? No, you wouldn't. You'd shut the conversation down. Possibly blocked that person. That's not victim blaming. at all. That's pointing out a fact. Pointing out a fact. And it'd be pointing out in a case of law as well. No, it's not. No, it's not. Do you say that? Do you say that about barristers and lawyers that stand there in court and say the same type of things? No, it's not victim blaming and it's not victim shaming either. It's stating a fact. That conversation was continued on. That conversation was wrong. No. Regardless, I'm not saying it's right either, Bible, like I've said. It's wrong. Do you hear me sticking up for him in any of them sentences? No, you don't. Clearly hear me say it's wrong. On all sides, the whole thing stinks.